Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. So I just want to say thanks to everybody who's been liking and sharing my videos. It's greatly appreciated. The indie developers that I show on the channel are very happy. They've given me good feedback with my videos as well. So I'm quite happy with that I'm able to help out these lesser known developers. However, on the channel today we are looking at a new IP from Square Enix, which is probably done by a B team or something, or some side team, but it's Balan Wonderworld. And this game's been getting some real bad press, and I can't for the life of me really see why. The game, fine, it's not some AAA masterpiece, and it's not some random clone of a Mario game, and it's not some random perfect AAA 10 out of 10 masterpiece. I get that. And I don't think it was ever supposed to be either. And we'll get some of the issues out of the way first for the game, because, I mean, there isn't many as far as I'm concerned. Right, I had a certain point in the game where I kept hitting one random enemy and the whole game would crash. And it did it 3 times in a row. So I deleted the game and reinstalled it, and it was fine after that. Don't know what had happened. There's some random problems with some of the camera angles where you can't really see what's going on very well. It's spun around somewhere, there's a chunk of the world in the way and you can't see your character and you're jumping in the middle of nowhere and you die. But I think that's kind of common on some of these style of games, but there's that type of thing. I wish the game gave me more info for the level requirements as to which costumes you require to complete the tasks from within the level, so you can preset which ones you need and go in. Some of the graphics in places do look a little bit dated. Got to say that. It looks like there'll be parts where your character's floating in thin air, or a baddie will be like jumping and not attack or try to attack you, and you'll be miles off, but you'll still get hurt. Now these type of issues are like reminiscent of like Assassin's Creed problems, I know, but in general, that's about it. I haven't found anything ridiculous. Now, I've looked at some reviews that have reviewed this game, and I don't know whether they've even played the game or not, or whether they've just given the game to somebody who's, you know, not used to playing anything bizarre or creative or strange or wacky or something a little bit different, or whether it's just been chucked to somebody they don't care. But this game's been getting some really bad reviews, and I can't see why, because I'm going to some of the positives now for the game for myself, and I've made a nice list of things that I actually think are really good, just to try and, you know, level some of the thoughts out there for the game, because, yeah, the game is very bizarre, it's very creative, it's very bizarre, it's wacky, it's a little bit strange, it's got some really neon level designs and some really twisted, bizarre worlds of like stairs going around the back of God knows where, and like you're in an Escher painting or some drawing even, or like you've got mirrors that flip the world upside down, or you've got, you know, things that you walk through mirrors and it freezes time and all sorts. There's so many different things, it's unbelievable. And the level design is really so creative, it's crazy. Now there's 36 levels spread across 12 different world designs, and each of those 36 levels, there's 12 boss fights of those, so really there's more like, you know, 24 levels with 12 boss fights, but that is the amount of levels you get. And like I say, each world is a different design and gives you different costumes for you to wear, which they are a bit weird, don't get me wrong, right? At one point I was a vacuum cleaner, and then at another point I'm a stretchy like sunflower, and then there's some other bizarre ones where it turns you into a bulldozer. So it's all a bit crazy at times. And as you could probably tell, some of the level design obviously gets different level music, and those levels are very surreal in places. It's a little bit like, oh God, what the hell am I into here type of thing. Am I on some type of narcotics type of thing? It's a little bit woo. But to me, that makes it all the more different and charming, and they're trying to do something a little bit crazy. Almost gives me vibes of creativity type things from like a Little Bit Planet game or something, but obviously with different aspects as well. And the whole costume thing for doing certain parts of the levels just reminds me of like a Lego game where you need to make sure you're selecting certain characters to do certain things in the level. That's just what this is. It's, oh, I need that costume over there because I need to do blah over here, and that's exactly the same. And with that, that's basically some of the core level design. On the side of all those levels, there's the main hub world. What you need to do in there is you need to fix a clock that's suspended in the sky. I know, a bit bizarre. It's called the Isle of Tims, and you collect these Tim things or little eggs from around the levels. There's dozens or whatever around the levels that you collect them, and you hatch them in the hub world, and then you feed them the gems. You feed them gems that you find in the levels, and then they grow and they help repair the Isle of Tim's clock in the sky. Now, yes, that probably does sound a little bizarre, and that's because it is. And they are wacky as hell, and they don't. You can walk through them as well. There's no very weird, but to say the least, that's what you're doing. And yeah, the hub world reminds me so much of older style hub worlds of 90s 3D platform games, and it's very reminiscent of those in general. So in each level, you need to collect these Balan statues. It's like either 6, 8, 10, whatever, and then 3 in a boss level and such. Now in the levels, they're either going to be hidden. You need to either do a Balan bout, which is just like a rhythmy type of game where you're just pressing a button in time with when it fits a shadow on the screen, or you can you might need to do a mini game that's like football and baseball and bowling and all sorts of random mini games from within a level, which again randomly chucked in there. But basically, once you collect the gold statues, it opens up more levels, and there's a requirement for the stack of levels to open each of the extra ones via the balance statues you've collected. Obviously, some of these are locked behind certain costume requirements, like you might need to have a little character to go through a certain door, or you might need to have a double jump style character, or one that has a set of ladders or whatever. And then you can get to a certain part, then you can collect all the statues in the levels. There's 280 something, I think, to collect in all the in the total of all the levels together, and there is a trophy for getting all of the statues, but I believe most of these are going to be quite straightforward. I've done the first 3 levels of three worlds, not 3 levels, so like first 9 levels, and I've got them all without too much of a struggle. From my experience with the game, it's just such a lovely, colourful design, and it's very creative. It's easy to pick up and play. I'll get my words right in a minute. And it's a very enjoyable game, and it's fine. It wasn't supposed to be a Mario clone, and it was never intended to be. And the whole aspect of the different costumes and everything is really quite fun. The controls do work very well, although it does seem like you're sliding slightly, but it's very reminiscent of how the Kingdom Hearts characters move. It's almost identical to how the Kingdom Hearts characters move, and that's all a little bit, you know, it just takes a little bit of getting used to, so to speak. Now, overall, I think this game is very good. Fine, like I say, it's not a 10 out of 10, but I've read a few reviews online, like the Push Square review and a couple of others, and they're giving it like a 3. And it's like, this game's not worthy of a pitiful 3. You know, poor people have put their heart and soul into this random, crazy, whacked out, bizarre, fun platform game. And it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. It's getting a real hard time. And it's not a 3. It's fine. Even if I was negative marking, I could probably get down to about a 6, 6.5. You know, but I'm trying to be positive here. It's a brand new IP. It's a brand new style of idea with all these different level designs. The amount of work that must have gone into the creativity side of this game must be insane. And for me, that deserves to be rewarded to some extent. And like I say, if I was negatively marking it, I'd probably give it a 6.5. But I'm going to try and positively mark it, and so it's more like a 7, you know, a 7 maybe. But it's getting so much bad press. Like, it's been ridiculed for stealing music. It's been completely reviewed so poorly, and there's no real need for it. Because it doesn't, it's playable, it's enjoyable, it's fun, the music's good, the level design's creative and fun. It's generally a good game. It's just not mind-blowing. Well, it's depends on what way you want your mind blown, I suppose. But because it is a bit wacky in that sense. But like, you won't believe some of the reviews you read, and then you play the game. You think, well, did they play it? Because some of the things you've said are not what I experienced. So, what on earth are you going on about? So, I wanted to put my opinion out there on the game because I feel it's only fair to give some form of opinion from somebody who has played a very sizable chunk of the game. I have played all of the levels, I've killed all the bosses, I've not collected all of the statues, and there's a few. I think I've got like 28 out of 46 trophies. So I'm doing alright. I might try and platinum it, I don't know. It looks like it's doable. But yeah, there's no way this is a bad game. It just isn't. And the amount of, like I said, the amount of bad stuff out there on it just starts to really annoy me, because the game's good. It's not unfinished. It's not broken. It's playable. It doesn't crash all the time everywhere. It's not got things flying around the universe in the wrong places. It's not got, you know, it's not cyberpunk. Let's face it, that's what we're getting at here. It's been released in a very good playable state, and it's not a bad game. It's a good game. It's just not a Mario level of good or anything like that. And you need to be of the right mindset to play it as well. I think you need to be more accepting of craziness than other stuff, maybe. I don't know. But like, it's on a level with Super Lucky's Tale, nearly. I think Super Lucky's Tale is probably better. That's probably just my own, you know, personal opinion. But it's got the same type of vibes, like wackiness and crazy level design and this and the other. But there you go. Anyway, there. I'll wrap that up here, and I'll catch you on the next one. But I do encourage you to pick up this and play it at some point, even if it's when it's cheaper, because it's not as bad as people say. It really isn't. And I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you very much.